Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I spent my time, and a lot of it, because I found out something that I didn't know, and I'm convinced that most people on earth don't know. And so I see this as my purpose here to share with you what you don't know for the benefit of what he can do by knowing. I, my friends, are going to talk to you about today on a little subject called Saving America. And you know all of the messages that I've brought to you before, I've probably said something similar. But specifically, I want you to know that this message is about you, saving America, and if you can save America, what is essential for America is essential for the world. Saving America from deserved justice. For all the inhumanity, all the pain, and all the suffering, she has used her most powerful nation status to affect the lives of others around the world. Americans are just as mean and evil as anyone around the world, even as Putin and as Stalin. As Trump is the current evidence thereof. Whoever has the advantage nationally will ultimately end up abusing others. Justice demands ending the advantage. To all, we must remember these are the people that murdered and drove the nations from their homeland. These are the people that broke and bent them down and turned a nation of people of color, into slaves. And the church, the religious order, has always accepted whatever is going on. Now, as awful as America is, one of its advocates has said, I will never apologize for America ever. I don't care what the facts are. That was Papa Bush. Thus comes Trump, the most effectively corrupt person seeking authority. But ladies and gentlemen, as long as money is a key in America, Satan will always rule. As long as money is the key in America, Satan will always rule. So what I'm saying today is that all over America are Satan's agents. So I would also like to say, I want to leave you with this. Blacks and people of color, don't you ever completely trust white people. Don't you ever completely trust white people. Remember that. White people, don't you ever completely trust black people and people of color. Why? Because you are all evil. You got your own special evils. You got your own special things you do think is right. But you're all evil, and we're all here on this earth because we are all evil. And we deserve to be right here, going through all the things that we go through. And everything that would come, that would free you, that are loose from this monster, you reject. See, you were programmed. You were set up. You were deceived. The only way you can say, as in heaven, so on earth, is to do it the divine way. The divine way, I spoke to you earlier. I spoke to you always. The divine way is that if I'm happy, if I am thrilled at being here on this earth, and there are 9 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion people here on this earth as well, it is the responsibility for those that satisfied with life to spend that life trying to educate and bring those in darkness to the light so that they can be as well. Now, that's not happening in America. Now, why isn't it happening? Because the selfishness, the way to perpetuate it and keep it rolling is to do something to divide people, to separate people, to say that some are smarter, to say that some are more deserving, to say that some are ugly, lazy, no good, should be killed. You know, keep it going like that. And then make it possible that the resources that have been given to us free are made available to those who can follow what you have turned it out to be. You can get it: food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, anything that you want, as long as you got the money. And how do you get the money? By doing what others who don't give a stink about God or you designed for you to do. And so that's what we are doing. Yes, we have been taught that if we got a job and got some of that money, whether we're teaching, engineers, whatever it is, we are big shots. But it's not really important, because most of the money anyway goes to outside of the rich people, goes to entertainers, athletes, for playing. The money just goes, but so they can live large and keep throwing it in your face like you're nobody. You are saving lives, but you're nobody. You're teaching people how to add and read, but you're nobody. You're engineers, but you're nobody. And so when somebody, the power that you can't see, send to this nation the ability to have electric lights, the devil says, not for everybody, it's those who can pay. We talk about the phonograph and the radio and the TV, not for everybody, but for those who can pay. Oh, my friends, we talk about the internet. We talk about, well, Apple and the phones and stuff. Oh, not for everybody. It's for those who can pay. And in those who can pay, they are double those who can't, who never have access to these benefits. Why? Because Satan will not let them. Satan's agents are right here protecting hell. So, that's not serving God. That's not trying to do anything that thy will might be known on earth as it is in heaven. You see, because to do that, you recognize that it doesn't matter if it's 2 people on earth, 1 person on earth, or 10 billion people on earth. Every last one of them are important. And every last one of them have access to the resources of the earth. They have been left here for the purpose for anybody who have need, desire, or want of it. And in so doing, everyone bringing a gift to contribute in this process of life so that they could be part owners. Their help made this heaven on earth. That means that anything, whenever, peace, prosperity, freedom, all this stuff lives. But America doesn't want that. I can say it. America doesn't want that. There's not a nation on the face of the earth that wants that. Not a nation on the face of the earth that wants that. And I don't know if I've ever heard a preacher speak of that. All I've heard a preacher speaking is trying to condemn, and talk about what you're going to get when you go to heaven. Sometimes people say you deserve what you get, and that is always true. You shall reap what you sow. You sowing the seeds for heaven? It's known. I'm telling you. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I think you know, without a doubt, that white people are not trustworthy. They made you slaves. Yes, they bent your back. I'm not going to recite it, but they made you slaves. They did it to the natives. They did it to one another, and they haven't stopped. Right now, what was done to our grandparents, great-grandparents, they are trying to start it again. And this is what they call making America great. There's only one way to make America great, and America will not be great unless she is in the process doing everything that she's learned as a part of her greatness is to spread it across the world. To spread it across the world, not with violence, but with love. Not with guns, but with love. And until that happens, again, every person and every nation on earth is working for Satan. Now, I know what's today, Friday. Tomorrow, Saturday, you'll party a little bit. Sunday, many of you will go to church and singing hallelujah. And one of the most evil things, I don't know, it might not be evil, it's worse than that you can see on Sunday morning is turn your television on, and as a black man, sit up there and see some white people up there talking about God, trying to preach to somebody about God. I mean, that's just as pathetic as it can ever be. Now, black people, I'm black. And I know you want me to say that you know God because you try to pretend like you more into it than the white people. But the outcome is the same. Hell on earth. And until you, black, white, men, women, straight and gay, get it together, I declare you deserve every pain, every suffering that you get. And it was guys like Dr. King, it was guys like Malcolm X and others who gave their lives standing for truth, who found life. And we got stuck in the hell. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.